Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing good today. It's been a hectic week, really busy here, but trying to get some things done. And one of the projects that I've got are these sleeves that I'm making for a gentleman. The length is pretty critical, as well as the internal and external diameters. So we're going to be very careful about making sure that we get these the right, absolute right length. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I'm going to do that. So this is our starting piece, and this is 4140, and so as you can see, it's already got a hole in the center. This is not the correct diameter. As you can see, there's quite a bit of difference in the sizes. But what I'm going to do is we cut this close to length. That's within about an eighth to a quarter of an inch of this piece. And if you look at it, they're close, right? But they're not exactly perfect. So the first thing we do is we take this piece, we chuck it up, and I've got a factory edge here. That doesn't mean it's flat. It's just a factory edge, which should be closer to flat than my bandsaw cut, theoretically. So we put it in, and for this, I'm just using a 3-jaw chuck because all we're doing is facing. We're flattening the ends of it. So it's not as critical right now for the centering of the hole. So cut it, I put it in the 3-jaw chuck on the Manhattan, and I face this side down. So I know this surface is absolutely flat now. So now that we've got the one side faced, we know this end is flat. Well, I could just measure, the length of this, transfer it over to here, and it would be accurate. It would be close. But I want to show you a way of doing it that's a little more accurate. It'll give you an exact match to what you've got. And the way we do it, we need 2 tools to do this. The first one is sitting right here. I keep it covered up to protect it. And this is a granite surface plate. This is a 18 by 24. I believe it's a Starrett, if I remember right. Yeah, the badge is on the back of it. So surface plates are actually precision ground. They are absolutely 100% flat. But you have to be careful with them because you set stuff on them, they get chipped, oils penetrate into it, things like that. You want to be real careful with that. So that's why I keep it covered up, and I keep it up here out of the way. This never gets used as a tool or a storage area. Second tool we're going to need is what's called a height gauge. Picked this up at an auction last year, and this is a Brown & Sharpe height gauge, 20-inch. So as you can see, I hope you can see, it's graduated just like a ruler, up to 20 inches in length. It's got a flat base that is precision ground. Let's see, it's got a slide mechanism, and let's see if I can get it in here. It's got a gauge right here or scale that's will keep you in line, so you can get your height that way. If you know the exact measurement that you want, you can dial it in here. That'll give you your height. It's also got this little finger right here, and this is what we're going to be using today. So to start off, I've made sure that my stone is clean. I've made sure the base of my height gauge is clean. That way there's nothing in between them. They won't rock. It won't distort the measurement. It'll be dead on. All right. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take my old part, which again, this is exactly the measurement we want. Set it up here. Let me get the box out of the way so you can see. I'll move you in closer. How about that? Okay. So I've got my original part right here. It's butted up against the base of the height gauge, and I am going to pull the gauge down until it tops and it's touching the top of the piece. Once I have it there, I'm going to tighten these screws down. That will hold it in place. Now I can tighten this one and fine tune it right here to get it a little closer if I'm not 100%, but that's sitting on there. And the way I test, I can pull it out and pull it back in, and it just barely scrubs on the bottom of that, on the finger of the height gauge. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our new part. Again, we've already faced one side of it. It's where we need it to be. We're going to clean it off, set it up here, push it up against the height gauge. And what I'm going to do, I'm turning the height gauge at a slight angle. And I'm going to rotate my part. All right. Now, I am not 100% sure how well that's going to show up on camera. You can kind of see it right there. There you go. See the scribe line? So that scribe line is now the exact height with the original piece. So I'll put them up here together. That scribe line is exactly the same height as this piece here. So now we'll put this in the lathe. We'll face it down to that scribe mark, and these two should be exactly the same height. The other thing I did, once I got it chucked in here, I put some red paint right here. I took a paint pen and I marked all the way up to my scribe. So as long as all the red's gone, I'll be right at where I need to be. Now, one thing I have to be careful of, because I don't have a center in this end, this is almost 6 inches, and the teeth on this 3-jaw are not the greatest. The jaws aren't as large as I would like, but I can still get it done in this. I just have to take a smaller cut than I would if I had a center in here. Again, since I'm facing it, I can't put a center in it to hold it, and that makes me have to make a smaller cut. That's all right, we'll still get the job done. Okay, so again, our surface plate with our height gauge on it. Here's our original piece. And it just barely skates under it. Here's a piece we just did. We're gonna make sure both ends are clean. Place it on the height gauge. Be careful not to drop it. And then there we go. So if you put these two side by side, let's see if I can get you a better look. So if you put them side by side, you can see they are exactly the same size. All right, so here's the original sleeve. Here's the first one that we made. Now all we gotta do is make 5 more. There you have it. All 6 of them match up with the original as far as the height. The next step is going to be to bore out the center, get it to a nominal thickness to match that. Then we'll put them on a mandrel, turn them down to the right outer diameter, and they'll be ready to go. So that's going to do it for today. Hope y'all are having a good day. It's been a interesting week here at Firehouse Customs, but we're getting by. We're making things happen, so that's a good thing. I hope y'all are doing well, enjoying the cool weather. That's definitely a benefit here in Georgia, so looking forward to more of that. Take care of yourselves. Hope you have a wonderful week. God bless you. Catch you on the next one.